Hello, Lori Michelle Moshiach here today to discuss evil, ego, and lessons in Tanya. Tanya was authored by Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, the founder of the Chabad movement. And I bought this book just after I had my awakening in April of 2009. And I took a class in Tanya with a local Chabad Rabbi. And in that class, I heard for the very first time in my life the term Yetzer Hara. I was 49 years old. That is a travesty. That is the reason that we're seeing the world spin in chaos. Shortly after I took this class with the rabbi, and I write about it in my book, Blindsided by Messiah, how I studied Tanya with a rabbi just after my awakening, and I studied Yetzer Hara with him. Shortly after that, he came to my office, my place of work, and I stopped him and I said, Rabbi, this Yetzer Hara is our big problem. And he smiled at me and he said, yeah, I know. I said, no, Rabbi, it's a really big problem, bigger than anyone knows. And he just smiled at me because he thought he knew how big this problem was. And to this day, rabbis around the world don't understand how awful and how deep our problems are due to Yetzer Hara. And so today I'm going to talk about evil, ego, and the Yetzer Hara and why we're in such chaos around the world. I'll try to be brief. I don't think this is going to be a very brief video, but it is so important. This is at the core of why we're heading into the prophesized World War III. We are right now. And I'm not saying anything that anybody doesn't know. It's in the books, and there are rabbis and priests and religious people all over the internet saying, it's coming, and it is. And so on occasion, I don't study, by the way, the Talmud and the Torah and know it verbatim the way the rabbis think Moshiach is supposed to know the Talmud and Torah. I understand the Talmud and Torah better than anybody I've ever seen on the internet. And I don't know why. Hashem just said, it's who I am. I read from the book of this book, Lessons in Tanya. I can read a line and I can talk about it for an hour and go deeper than any rabbi I've ever heard on the internet. And it's not a brag. It's like a faucet in me, and it comes from my soul, and I turn it on and I say incredible things that I don't even know where they come from. And Hashem says, I am spot on, laser focused, and I bring Tanya into the present moment, which is where we need it. So I'm flickering, but I'm going to read from chapter 1, right from the first page of chapter 1 in Lessons in Tanya, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Are you ready to learn some Tanya? Okay, from the first page, the most important statement on this page that I saw was, before a Jew is born, an oath is administered to him in heaven, charging him. And this is the statement. Be righteous and not wicked. And even if the whole world judging you by your actions tells you that you are righteous, regard yourself as wicked. The chapter goes on. I'm not going to pull it apart. Tanya is very deep. It's brilliant. It's wonderful. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is take the most important statement that I saw on the first page of chapter 1 and explain it to you. When you are born, And I'm going to try to put this in a nutshell and try to make it short, but it probably will go on for several minutes. When you're born, you are a spirit that Hashem puts inside a vessel, this body. This body is an animal body. We are animals, really, sort of. It's a duality. And our spirit comes from Hashem. It's pure holy goodness. Our souls are pure goodness. But we become incarnate in this animal body. It's an opposing force to who we really are. And it's a vessel, it's a gift, so that we can be physical in this plane. And there comes the problem. Our conscious mind is erased, and we don't have any memory of who we really are, a spirit that comes from God himself, perfection. We come from perfection, pure goodness. But now we're in an animal body, and it's an opposing force. So what happens next with our conscious mind erased? We form something called an ego. Ego, quite brilliantly, Wayne Dyer, an author who passed away recently in the past few years, said that ego stands for edging God out. And that was very clever of him, because that's what ego does. It's a traffic cop. The minute you're put in a body, you obtain something called an ego. An ego says, I'm separate. I have a body. My body needs to get fed. I need a house. I need, me, myself and I need money. I need food. I need sex. I need everything for me, myself, and I. That's ego. And it's very effective in this world. And it's a protection, because it's a fierce world. You need to eat. You need to protect yourself. You need to do things in this world, in this physical plane, and it's very dangerous. So it's your shield, it's your armor. It's all about me. And in comes the tester that Hashem has placed in this world to give us freedom. He wants us to make a choice between evil and him in every single moment. But who's the traffic cop making that decision in every single moment in a person? It's your ego. And your ego says, it's all about me. And that is the open pathway to evil, the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, the tester, the lure that's making you choose between goodness, your soul, who you really are, and the evil inclination. And there you go. There's the train wreck that we're seeing all over the world. Ego. Ego leading us to the wrong choices in every single moment. It's not happening in every moment, in every person. In very good people, righteous people, they choose well very often. And that's what the book of Tanya, the lessons we're trying to tell you. If you're righteous and you're choosing well, even if the world regards you as wonderful, a humanitarian, a philanthropist, a holy rabbi, don't let it go to your head. Accept the duality between your body and your soul, and tell that traffic cop, remember where you came from. It's very lovely. Thank you. I did something good. I'm very happy I did something good. But I know I need to be on guard in every single moment. So that's why you need to regard yourself as wicked, no matter what they tell you, no matter how much they laud you and tell you, oh, thank you, Rabbi, you're so brilliant. Oh, I wish I could be like you. Say, thank you very much. But I know I have an ego, and I need to watch myself every moment. I passed that test, but that test was 2 seconds ago, And right now, I'm being tested again. Sadly, we're failing. We're failing the test around the world. Look around the world. You can be good 23 hours a day. And if you're evil 1 hour out of every day, multiply that by 7.5 billion people around the world, and you have World War III, nuclear. This is very serious. And in Jewish circles, Orthodox Jewish circles, who study Torah, study lessons in Tanya, study the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, they don't know how awful and how tricky it is. I can explain to you just how serious this is and how difficult it is to spot. And I do that in my book, Blindsided by Messiah. I explain what's going on around you right now that you're unaware of. I explain what's going on inside of you, which you're unaware of. And if you're watching this video, and I hope you're still watching, whoever you are, and you've never heard of the Yetzer Hara before, you need to study every day. Orthodox Jewish people, I've heard them make friends with their Yetzer Hara. Oh, that's just my Yetzer Hara. Like it's a good old friend, the little Lori devil on one shoulder. Oh, that's just my Yetzer Hara. It's a pet. It's not a pet. It's wicked. So, in chapter 1, on the first page in this book, that statement was profound. That statement needs to be something that's printed out on paper and put everywhere in your home. You need to remember that the minute you're in a body, you have forgotten who you are. And your traffic cop is your ego. And your ego needs to be kept in line. No matter what people tell you around the world, the whole world could sit up at attention and say, whoa, 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 you go, you're the greatest. And you need to say, whoa, wow, that feels really good, thank you. But I know I could fall just like that. Keep it in check and choose carefully in every moment. And one more thing before I end this conversation in Yetzer Hara and lessons in Tanya, I never do that. I don't do that. People compliment me and I just say, wow, really? I'm mystified. But it's bigger than that. I have the creator of the universe telling me in every single moment, Lori, you're perfect. And I laugh at him. I laugh at God, Hashem. No way. He says, way. You're amazing. You don't have an ego. I said, I must have an ego. Everybody has one. No, Lori, you don't have an ego. You're automatic. Spirit, choose. God, I haven't forgotten. And he doesn't even understand how I do it. I am the only person, I'm the only soul who's ever been like this. And he says, I astonish him. And you know what I said? No way. I know I'm wicked. I know I've done wrong. I know I've sinned. I have to think about it. He'll tell me, you're perfect and you did right. And I'll tell him, I need to examine this. I need to find out what I did wrong. So if he says Moshiach is perfect and Moshiach says, no way, I'm not perfect. I know, I could fall like that. That was yesterday. What about now? That's the way you have to start to think. You have to start to think, wow, that was yesterday. Sort of like a salesman who had a good month last month and it's the first day of the next month. And it's, what have you done for me lately? That's the way you have to live every moment. Thank you, I did good. What am I going to do good right now? I hope I didn't go on too long and I hope I kept you right to the end. And I hope You'll go online and buy this book because it is so important. It's going to explain evil, ego, Yetzer Hara, and how to conquer it and save us from imploding and bring world redemption in our time. Peace on earth. God bless you. Let's conquer that demon, the ego, evil. God bless you.